Yo guys, it's Conqueror here, and today I am going to be talking about The Mandalorian. Now, The Mandalorian, I really enjoyed that TV series. I thought that there was a lot of good things about it. I thought there were a few bad things about it as well. Why don't I talk about the bad things first, because there's not really that many on my side. Now, I did think when I first started watching it, about halfway through, I thought, is this series good just because I don't really like the new trilogy? Around about the middle, maybe episodes 4, maybe 3 to 5, there wasn't a lot of things that were happening really. Like, the episodes were enjoyable, but the overall plot wasn't being extended, that I didn't think. But there's ultimately a payoff in the end after that middle. The last episodes are really nice, how it ties all the things that the Mandalorian did in those episodes together, so I basically forgave it by the end. But yeah, like, that middle is it did feel a bit filler-esque, I would say. And there's a lot of people that have that complaint that it's a bit questy and it feels a bit video gamey, but I'm a big fan of video games, so I don't really mind that type of, it's almost like a progressionary story where to get to a place you need, in the Mandalorian's case, you need better armor to sort of deal with a certain threat, and obviously you get your armor the way you do. So I don't mind that sort of thing. It shows character progression in probably one of the most simple ways that you can do it, but it's still progression in the end. Characters working towards something on the episode, so you still get invested, in my opinion. I don't mind it being that video game aspect because I enjoy video games. So the one last thing that I would say was quite silly in The Mandalorian. Some of the fight scenes that the Mandalorian has after he gets his armor, he still gets targeted in like his head. He's wearing the Mandalorian helmet, so it's just, guys, you're not gonna get him with blaster shots there. There's even a point where he gets punched in the head by the female character. I think her name is Gina. Gina Carano is the actress. Cara Dune, who she plays. But yeah, there's a point where Cara Dune punches him in the helmet, and he just goes flying, and it's just like, wait, that's armor, man. Like, it's supposed to hurt her hand or something. This girl's badass. There was silly parts like that. I kind of just laughed at. I was just like, wait, you're wearing like one of the best armors in this universe, dude. You're fine, man. You're fine. So let's talk about the good side, because there's quite a bit of good that I think that the Mandalorian brings to the table. It has that grittiness of the original trilogy, and I do really like that grittiness that it has. It just reminds me of what war represents, and it's Star Wars, right? It's about war, and the Mandalorian is sort of, it's about that, the aftermath of the civil war between the Republic and, well, the Resistance and the Empire. And the Republic hasn't reached to the worlds that the Mandalorian sort of frequents, and the bounty hunters sort of reign supreme, and guilds and everything like that there. And I really like that it's builds its world really well, and I really like that it sets the tone in the first 3 episodes. How it is, how they don't really get protected by the Republic and the Outer Rim and stuff like that. And I really like how they do that. I really like the amount of Easter eggs they have in The Mandalorian, especially going back to Tatooine. That was really nice. I really liked that part. And I really liked the carbon freezing that they sort of brought back to, where the Mandalorian, he had like loads of carbon freezed sort of targets, bounties that he had on his ship, it was really nice to see. I actually do think the Mandalorian had really good character progression as well. You've got to remember as well, we never see this guy's face whatsoever, but we can all sort of relate to him, and I really like that. He's a character that you can get on with, and you know how he feels even through his actions and like his tone changes and stuff like that. So I really like what they done with Mando. And of course I'm gonna have to speak about the child, Baby Yoda, as he's most known as nowadays. Baby Yoda is so cool. He's so cute as well. I really like Baby Yoda. I really like the idea. I really like the amount of mystery surrounding Baby Yoda now, and I can't wait to see what they do with him in season 2. I have a feeling that, or I actually want to happen, that he becomes an integral part of not only just The Mandalorian, but of other sort of Star Wars content, maybe movies, maybe the next couple of movies, who knows. But I really like Baby Yoda. and the ending was really nice. I think the last 2 episodes brought everything together in such a satisfying way, and I really liked the ending. And not only did I really like it, I just wanted more as well, and that's always a good sign going into the new season. So they've set themselves up really nicely. Jon Favreau can take a lot of credit. They've got a lot of content to work with now. They've built up quite a decent world, and they've got quite a few decent characters that they've introduced, and yeah, let's see how they go from there. But if I'm honestly ranking The Mandalorian on a tier level, it doesn't get any tears from me. It really doesn't. Maybe tears of joy. I guess it gives me tears of joy, but yeah, I don't think it gives me any tears of sadness at all. I think it's a really good effort, really. I think it's a really good effort. And to be honest, the amount of action in that is insane as well. Loads of people get duppied off like swiftly. And the IG droid is one of the best droids in Star Wars. He's one of the best droids in Star Wars. I can't believe they've made that bounty hunter droid as good as they did. I love that droid. He's so cool. He's so cool. So what do I want to happen for the next season? See, there's a lot of things that get left unanswered. Obviously, it's season 1. So there's a lot of things that can happen. There's a lot of things that can be saved for future seasons, maybe get hinted at for the next season. I would like to see some hints, maybe not a full reveal, on why the child, or Baby Yoda as you call him, is cloned. Why Yoda was cloned, has been cloned anyway. We still don't know that. But obviously he's been using force powers like anything. He has to have some connection with Yoda. You never know, Yoda's species could be this all-powerful force-using species. That is possible. And if that's the case, then it could just be someone who is of the species of Yoda, but has a high midichlorian count or something like that. You never know. It is actually quite cool that Baby Yoda has showed adept use of multiple force powers as well. So he's used force choke, he's used force heal, he's used obviously to levitate, for force lift. I think that's what they call it. I'm not even sure. What am I missing? Any? I don't think I am. So he's used multiple force powers. So I would like maybe there to be a time skip for season 2, and then you have Yoda as a toddler or something. You have a more diverse force list of powers that Yoda uses, and he helps the Mandalorian with bounties, and the Mandalorian trains him like that. That would be really, really cool. I would love that. I would like to also see how Gideon gets the Darksaber, or I would like it to be mentioned. That would be pretty cool. You've got to realize as well, Disney did Star Wars Rebels, and in Star Wars Rebels there is a character called Sabine Wren, who is it's Wren with W-R-E-N. It's not R-E-N, don't worry guys. I've seen it spelled a different way. I've seen it spelled Wren, R-E-N as well, so I'm not sure which one is the right spelling, but I don't think she's connected to the Knights of Ren or anything like that. Let's just put it that way. But Sabine Wren, she is Mandalorian, and she is part of the main character's crew, the Ghost ship, which actually appears in Rise of the Skywalker, if I'm not mistaken. It definitely appears in Rogue One, the Ghost. So it is a ship that is prominent throughout the Resistance. And so yeah, so Sabine Wren is a part of them. She also goes back to Mandalore to help with the Mandalorian Civil War, and she gets the Darksaber and gives it to Bo-Katan at the end. The last thing you see in Star Wars Rebels of Mandalore is she leaves the planet and she entrusts the Darksaber to Bo-Katan, and Bo-Katan is the one who becomes the leader of Mandalore. So basically, somewhere after that, and quickly after that, Gideon goes to Mandalore, and there's the purge of Mandalore, which happens to the Mandalorian, right? So it will be very interesting to see what happens there. Was Bo-Katan still there? I'm really interested in that one, guys. But obviously there is that gap. Star Wars Rebels takes place, I believe, in between the episodes of 3 and 4, or it's a bit later. I'm not sure. Sounds like it's between the episodes of 3 and 4. I'm pretty sure it's between the episodes of 3 and 4. So, I mean, maybe there was another Mandalorian Civil War. I never know. But yeah, it'd be interesting to see if there is a strong connection to Rebels there. We also know that Darth Maul, he had the Darksaber as well. There is talk that maybe Moff Gideon's origins of gaining the Darksaber will be shown in the new Star Wars Clone Wars season. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see about that. I do hope that there are more crossovers. I think it's really great that Disney now have a chance to link all of their content together better than they have done so far anyway. I don't think it's been handled that well so far. They have some canon material, Star Wars Battlefront. They have some canon material in some books, some important canon material in books. Obviously, in the Aftermath books, you read about stuff that Palpatine ordered his people to do, which makes sort of the Rise of Skywalker make more sense if you think about it. But that's in a book that wasn't really advertised or anything like that, so not a lot of people know that. But I think this way, if they have TV series and they have movies and they have cartoons and they all link or have information that helps you get the overarching story of the movies, then I'm all for that. So I hope that they have this more sort of cross-pollination of characters and other stuff between TV series and movies and stuff like that. And I think it will make everything, the Star Wars brand, a lot better than what it has been so far. But yeah, so yeah, that's mostly what I would like to talk about so far with The Mandalorian. Yeah, it's been great. But I do want to mention one thing about Disney Plus, and that I don't know why they didn't feel that they couldn't release it globally. I think that's really silly to not release Disney Plus globally to your fans worldwide. Maybe they have licenses that they can't sort of break for other people, but I don't know, it just seems a bit weird that not everyone gets to see this at the same time. But yeah, like, I just want to say that. And all in all, The Mandalorian was great. I highly recommend you go to see that. It's a really good, really good Star Wars TV series, and you will enjoy it. So yep, that's me. I've been Congru, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.